Welcome back. Yeah, you were making a point about how to proceed on this one.
Yeah, I was trying to get people on track concerning information gathering, information dissemination, need to know basis, and trust. One of the things that have collapsed in our system is trust and professionalism. Now, if you want the police to share what they have with the INEC, there need to be a linkage. There need to be a contact person that speaks the same language. That is for one. Two, I've looked at the reasons why the election was supposed to have been cancelled. One of my concerns was that what I read was that the GCE is not WAEC, and the GCE can be shifted to surrounding like Agbo and other places that people can go and write their GCE. But that was justified when I heard that, when I read that the GCE was fixed after the date for the election was fixed. So they are aware there's going to be an election. All those are issues that can be cleared. My concern was if a life is lost, you can't bring it back. So our looking at issues should be shelved away from political issues. Now, if you say you want to stop the election because of information about the Malud, the Monday and Tuesday celebrations of the Salah. Salah celebrations happen every time. Christmas holidays happen every time. Political rallies, political and electoral bodies coming together to give voters opportunity to come out is a worldwide challenge in security. We would have prepared all of this. The information gathered is my concern. Who are they disseminating it to? Who understands what they are saying? If there is another party that has these graphs and say, we understand what they are saying, and interprets it, and that party will be the one to come out.
I think if I understand you saying that it would have been better understood if, assuming without conceding that INEC has a security unit that can liaise with the security agencies to really try to dissect this information gathered. But again, if you also look at it extensively, what about the political parties? Perhaps they should also have their own representatives so that they can see what it is that these two bodies, the security agencies, have seen. Otherwise, definitely you can rule out politics in all of this, knowing full well that as politicians, they'll be looking at the monetary aspect, looking at the time that they have put into this campaign, and they're hoping that they'll be home and dry on the day. So how do you explain to politicians who, because this is not the first time we're getting to see something about postponement of an election, we saw it in 2015, how do you make them see reasons with the security agencies? If you were a member of the DSS or the police, how would you bring this before the parties for them to see that truly there is some kind of threat?
Let me tell you my concern. We have bodies that have reasons to have security challenges. There is no prerogative from any angle to mandate that we should have a security department. One. Two, if it's established that before you own or run a political party, you must have a security body within your political party, and your security body must have a report that says this rally, this VIP that is moving to XYZ states is cleared to go. If they don't have that running, then you have relegated security. All this while, all this minute action that we take, it's not going to help anything. It's going to continue to bring this crisis of this is not what we want to do, this is a lie, this does not stand.
Okay, now, even if you have all of those, as you suggest, political parties have theirs, INEC have their own security unit or outfit, if they were there, what impact will it make? Well, let me take you to, let's listen to the reason, which you highlighted some part of it, that the police gave on this instance.
Yeah.
We wish to inform the general public that credible intelligence availed the agencies indicate plans by insurgents, extremist elements to attack vulnerable communities and soft targets with higher population during the forthcoming Salah celebration between 12th and 13th September 2016. Edo State is among these states being earmarked for these planned attacks by the extremist elements. The public will recall that similar threats were issued during the May Labor Day and Democracy Day celebrations, as well as the Eid al-Fitr holidays in July 2016. However, the security agencies were able to decisively disrupt and thwart the insurgents' plan. In the same vein, while election is important, the security agencies cannot allow the peace of the country to be disrupted, and will continue to remain vigilant and ensure consolidation of the successes gained in the current counter-insurgency fight. It is in regard of this that we are appealing to INEC, which has the legal duty, I want to emphasize that, to regulate elections in the country, to consider the need for possible postponement of the date of the election in Edo State.
Do you doubt the credibility of that intelligence?
Now, the intelligence we are talking about now, where we are getting to is where you want me to say, should the election hold or not, by my views. What I want to tell you is, all we need to do is create an analysis that will also take the government to the point of where they will need to make the decision. What people fail to do is create relevant analysis that makes sense. What the findings that the police have is for the general worldwide crisis situation we are now. Where we are now is that there are militancy running on, and the Edo is in the Niger Delta. Where we are now is that there is the Boko Haram split hands group. Everybody knows there are sleeping cells everywhere. Is that a reason? It is a going concern. So the going concern must still continue. The 10 years to come, terrorism will change names, will change all that things. The world will still have fracas of crises here and there. Election itself has a running period where you have a planning span, where you have a protection strategy that you need to put in place. I'm coming. Now, the analysis that we need to create is that, where are your strong points? What strong points do you have? Are we in the celebration period by Saturday, or Saturday is before the celebration period?
Let's find out what the climate looks like in Benin City, Edo State capital. Our correspondent Sheon Kimbalo is there with us this morning. Morning, Sheon. What's going on there at the moment?
If you say confusion, you may be right to use that word. If you say uncertainty, those are perhaps two words that have been used in the last few hours to describe the situation on the ground here. No one really knows where we're going to this morning, naturally, for a standalone election like this kind of Edo election. What we should be seeing this morning is everybody converging on the INEC headquarters in Benin City. But that will not be this morning, because so far from what we have what we can understand is INEC is unsettled, and INEC is undecided on today's where to go, which way to go, either to postpone the election or to go ahead with the election. Well, I know you won't forget February 2015 when INEC had to postpone the election based on the advice of the security agencies. I guess something similar may happen. INEC told us that internally we understand that they will be having meetings with security agencies this morning, and issues related to whether or not to postpone. The reasons given by the security operatives will be weighed, the options will be put on the table. They will analyze the issues to be able to know whether to postpone this election, because don't forget, the cost implication of postponing the election is also on the table. The psychological implication on the voter is also there when we talk about security. The 12th and the 11th